Hi, there's been a lot of buzz around AI and ChatGPT for marketing these days, and you may have heard, but the latest development is that Elementor, which is a WordPress page builder that we use here at Pronto for the websites that we build, has now released its own AI integration within the builder. So I've decided to kind of go and dive deep and give it a test. For this specific use case, I'm going to be looking at a blog post that we wrote a while back, probably over a year or two ago. So essentially part of our ongoing on-page SEO work that we do to optimize the page, the traffic that we get. Um, I think this is a good use case to kind of see how Elementor's AI tool may be able to help. So here you can see it's the top 5 WordPress security plugins to protect your site against attacks. So this is a very important article. If you haven't read it, I would also encourage you to read it. It's right here. And okay, so for that, I'm also going to be using another SEO tool called Ahrefs. I'm not going to go into a great deal of detail for this, but this is just a useful resource to get some information around, what keywords searchers are typing into Google, and so which ones we may want to type. So the first thing here is to really consider the search intent and who may be interested in this kind of article. So our assumption is that this is someone troubleshooting, trying to find out doing which WordPress security plugin may be best for them to install. They haven't decided yet. They're still kind of early in their journey. And so what we would call, top of funnel. And this is sort of our listicle around this. So we've used, we focused on the top 5. I think now if we're looking at the existing traffic that the page is getting and sort of which keywords have the highest potential, it seems to be that best WordPress security plugins would likely be a really good fit for this type of article. WordPress security plugins is essentially what we're already targeting today. And while I think this is even a more valuable keyword, perhaps this keyword is a higher sales intent of someone actually looking to buy. And since we're not looking to sell any security plugins here, we're just trying to review them and give some advice around which one might be best to use before they make that purchase. This is sort of why I'm landing on using best WordPress security plugins. Again, not trying to go into a lot of detail on page SEO here, and the main purpose of this video here is to demo Elementor's new AI capability. All right, so I've opened the blog post already. Here it is. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, and I'll move this here. Now I'm looking at this title. This is the first thing I want to change. My initial assumption is that I want to change it to something like the 5 best WordPress security plugins. Now, before I ask the AI to make that change, I think there's also some context I need to be given to the AI. So as you can see, originally when we first wrote this, we just typed in WordPress security as our focus key phrase. Let's update this first. I could also type get related key phrase. Don't have access to this. So let's go. Best WordPress security plugins. So you can see originally the work that we had done in terms of on-page SEO optimization was about right. Everything was green. You don't always have to aim for everything green. Orange tends to be okay. But in this case, we're going to update it a bit. All right. And again, remember that if this key phrase is not accurate, this does not impact your ranking in any way. This is just Yoast giving you feedback on your current setup and ability to target specific key phrase. So good news, best WordPress security plugins is already sort of in the green, but I'm sure there are other things we can do to improve here. So a few other things to kind of remember is that we'll also need to improve this here. All right, evidently this was not set up. We used an automated approach to do this, so we'll work on, so here you can see our title is pulling automatically, and we'll want to change this. Oops. All right. One of the reason I'm using the word secure here is, as you can see, secure from for WordPress. I think secure is a good word to be including. I could also just say safe. I think we're going to run out. Okay, we're running out of space, so that's fine. You can decide whether you write it everything in all caps or small caps. It all depends on how natural you want this to look. Up to you. And all right, tighten the lock on your website with our top 5 recommended WordPress security plugins to keep threats at bay and site safe. All right. Another change I'm going to be making here is the slug. I want to actually go after the exact keyword. This will require doing some redirections, which we can get into later on. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that already. All right. So now we've sort of given a better context to the post. Now let's go back to the title. So here in the settings, this title is already being pulled from here. So right with AI, whoops, right with AI. And now we see the AI pop up. All right, I haven't connected this. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so I've now connected it. I'm going to approve the terms, and let's get started. Okay, so here it's already giving me some suggested prompts, and we have the ability to write our own. So in this case, the one that we're looking for is creating a blog title for the 5 best WordPress security plugins. The keyword we're targeting is the article is aimed at providing a useful review to WordPress website owners who are looking to keep their site safe and secure. All right, the more context we can give, the better. And now let's go. All right, so this is a very long title, so obviously we're not going to be using this. What is neat here is that we have the ability to choose the tone. And if we click professional, it changes, it automatically regenerates. Okay, got a small error. Let's try again. Okay, so my impression is maybe my first prompt was not that great. Let's give it a second go. So create a blog title for, let's just add, the title should be no longer than 70 characters. Let's just, all right, let's see if that gives us a better result. All right, so it's giving us the exact same title we had. So top 5 WordPress security plugins protect your site today. So this is a pretty good one. I think we're just going to use our best judgment here and go ahead and update it so that it's targeting best. Let's give it one last shot. Include best in the title. All right, top 5 best WordPress security plugins and protect your site now. All right, let's use the text. All right, and so now we have a shorter and SEO optimized title. Let's go back to Yoast. We can see the preview. All right, it looks like we need to, we're not using the title variable. You could use this. If we did, then this would automatically change it, and we can see a change here. Oops. So if we replace it, we can see this is the same thing. And in this case, we're just going to keep the title variable to keep it automated. All right. I think let's go with the 5 best WordPress security plugins instead. Top 5 best feels a little redundant, maybe a little less natural. What's interesting here is if we wanted to change anything in this text, we would have the ability to simplify the language, make it longer, make it shorter. One of the things you can notice is that it's pulling the HTML already. So I'm not going to go and change this right now. I don't want to mess with the article itself. Again, right now, the purpose of this quick demo is really just to check how can Elementor's AI kind of help us improve the on-page SEO for the title especially, which is a very key component of that. We've got a lot of other videos on on-page SEO and our Pronto marketing YouTube channel. So if you are interested in learning more about this, I encourage you to take a look at that or look into our top local SEO tips on our blog. All right, thanks for watching and see you later.